Comic Haul and Giveaway for September 2020. Hey everyone, it's vmcampos Comic Book Fan. Welcome to another weekly vmcampos Comic Book Club. It's the end of the month, so that means it's time for a comic haul. These are the books that I picked up this month at the end of the month that I like either because I'm reading, or I liked the cover, or it's a variant, or it's a spec book, or whatever. And it also means it's time for a giveaway. So watch the video, and at a certain point it will be revealed how can you win. What will you win? Well, that will be revealed also somewhere in the video. No purchase necessary, just watch the video to find out how you can win. Let's get on with the haul. Starting off with DC Comics, I picked up a random issue of Harley Quinn. So the series ends at 75, but this cover was pretty cool. It's a Frank Cho cover, and there's Harley Quinn beating up a leprechaun and taking all the gold, and she's proclaiming, "And Harley takes the gold." So it's one of the variant covers, variant cover number 2 of the series that's just about over. 75 issues of this series, and the final one, issue 75, has got like 75 variant covers, so many of them, some with Punchline, some with just her, and just a variety of artists and creators on the final issue. This is not the final issue, it's Harley Quinn number 71. Next up, I picked up Deceased Unkillables number 1, variant edition. Now, I picked up months ago Deceased Unkillables number 2 with the cheetah cover, and I thought the book was cool, but I never got number 1. So my local shop apparently still had a couple of them in the back room or whatever, and so I picked it up, and it's the 3rd variant cover. Very evocative cover. I really like it. It's very stark. It's Wonder Woman's headpiece with her zombified face and so forth, with just a lot of stark white color. Now, the DC font looks a lot like the It font from the recent It movie, so that kind of stood out to me. So it's a very stark cover right here. So it's issue number 1. Gonna go back and read 1, and then the rest of them, just to kind of get into the flow of what the story is. So amazing cover. Next up, I have Batman: The Adventure Continues number 1. Now, in a previous comic haul, I also had this book, but wait a minute, this is issue number 1, second printing. So if you look on the barcode, you'll see 00112. So 001, it's issue 1, and then the next number 1 means variant cover number 1, regular cover, and then the final digit means printing number, printing edition. This is second print. Now, you may be into comics for several reasons: reading, collecting, speculating, etc. It's all good. Welcome everyone into the world of comics. So I like reading and collecting comics, and also speculating on them in like, what's the good one that's going to be valuable for various reasons. So this is an issue number 1, and it's a second printing. Second printings are starting to raise in value, where back in the old days, if this is a second print, you might as well throw it in the trash. We want first print. Well, first prints are, of course, still very, very valuable, but they're like out of the range of many people's budgets. So when we get like a second print or a third print, people are happy to buy those. Those are starting to increase in value. So I already have issue number 1, first print of this, and here's issue number 1, second print of it. So that's going in my collection right there. Speaking of subsequent printings, here's Deceased Dead Planet number 2 of 7, and it is also the second print. So black and white sketch cover, not really sketch, but black and white cover. And of the second print of this series, it's been pretty hot. So I never read the original, they were always sold out. So I got second printing right here. So again, cool for the story, but then also cool for the spec and collecting value of it all. And speaking of which, Deceased Dead Planet number 1. So okay, yes, I did manage to get a copy of number 1, but wait a minute. This is a 4th printing Peach Momoko cover. So Peach Momoko is very hot at the moment. She is like the number 1 artist of 2020. So she's got a cover right here with Poison Ivy. So the importance of this book, it's a number 1. People love number 1s. It's got an amazing artist that everyone loves at the moment. Second point. Third point is that it is a subsequent print. It is a 4th print. Usually these things don't go as far as 4th print and so forth, although of course there's been 5th and 6th printings, and the subsequent printings also, they're low print run. So collectors love books for various reasons. Is it a number 1? Who's the artist? What's the plot? Who dies in it? Whatever. And what's the print of it? That's starting to be a big factor now for collectability of things. So if you're going to read this, great. It's issue number 1. Read it or get the trade. If you're going to collect it, this is a great collectible. 4th printing, amazing cover artist, issue number 1. I got one of these. All right, let's pause for the cause. And the cause is for you to win something. This is a part of the giveaway of the comic haul. So, for no reason, I'm just holding here a pack of Star Wars cards, 40th anniversary Star Wars cards. So anyway, what the giveaway is going to be about is tell me what your favorite Star Wars moment is. Tell me about what has defined your life in the world of Star Wars. Was it the recent movies? Was it the prequel trilogy? Was it the original series? Tell me all about it in a chance to win. Go to my website, vmcampos.com/contact. Send me an email saying that you watched the September haul, and then tell me your favorite Star Wars memory. You will be entered to win in this month's haul. You'll have from now until the next haul, which is at the end of next month, to enter this month to win the haul prize. What is the haul prize? Your choice of one of these books. Doctor Strange The End, number 1. Sacred Six, number 1. Doom 2099, number 1. Voyage to the Stars, number 1. Sleeping Beauties, number 1. Rogue Planet, number 1. Or The Ludocrats, number 1. So you'll get to pick which one you want here if you win. So go on over to my website, vmcampos.com/contact. Send me an email. Tell me what's your favorite Star Wars memory. You'll be entered. And if you win, I'll contact you and you'll get to pick one of these number 1s. Good luck. All right, next up, let's move over to Image Comics. So, record-breaking number 310 of Spawn, the longest-running independent comic book. Gunslinger Spawn has been a big hit in the world of comics. So I picked up issue number 310 right here of the ongoing series. Congrats to Todd McFarlane for keeping his creation going this long, and also during a pandemic. So, hashtag back the comeback. And then the final issue of Mercy, Mirka Andolfo's gothic horror, beautifully illustrated series, very violent and sexy. This is issue number 6 of 6. So which cover is this? The regular cover. Okay, so issue number 6 of the series. It was a six-part series, very well drawn, very scary type of series, very grotesque series, beautiful to look at. Plot-wise, I'm, to be honest, not loving it 100%, but it's a pretty cool story to get into nonetheless. It's very mysterious, very intriguing, very interesting, violent, and well drawn. So, final issue of Mercy over at Image Comics. Here's one that I couldn't wait to get my hands on. I finally got it. I got We Only Find Them When They're Dead, number 1. This is the original cover, original printing. So basically, it's humanity in the future. Humanity is scavenging the dead corpses of gods at the edge of the galaxy. So if that doesn't sound like WTF or what, I don't know what does. So I got issue number 1, regular print. But then I also got the Dead Gods cover. This is just a beautiful cover here. It's cover number 2, the Dead God variant. So I got both of these for issue number 1. If you watch my live show, I'm telling you there that I believe 4th printing is coming out of issue number 1. So once again, they print subsequent printings because the book is popular, meaning aka valuable. So they're also lower print run when they come out in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever printing. Boom Studios, it's not a huge company like DC or Marvel or Image, but it's been around decades and it's popular and so forth. But this is already on its own a lower print run than the big 2, so that's value there. It's a number 1, that's value there. And as I said in my other video, it's 4th printing or whatever, so that's value there. Enjoy it for the story, of course, enjoy it for the art, but if you're into the collectible aspect of it, you gotta get number 1, variant cover, or subsequent to 4th print. Next up, we're moving over to IDW. This is one of the books I'm reading regularly, Usagi Yojimbo number 12. Now, I want to pull out my hipster card here and say I was reading Usagi Yojimbo before the Netflix series. So, Usagi Yojimbo's starting to get a lot of action. Even though the character's 35 years old, the Netflix series now is bringing it to the attention of more of the general public. Spoiler alert, it's not exactly Usagi Yojimbo in that, even though it's Stan Sakai. I don't know how I feel about that, but people are going back and buying old issues of Usagi Yojimbo, and I swear, last year, to buy Usagi number 1 was only like $5 or $10. And now that same number 1 is 30, 40, 50, even more dollars. Issue number 1 of Usagi is not the one you want, though. You want to get the previous books, like especially Albedo number 2, the very first appearance in 1984. That one for a long time was like $100. And over the last 2 years and such, it's getting into the $1,000 range, $2,000 range. I'm glad I picked up my copy of it about a year and a half ago, which I thought was expensive. But now, compared to what they're selling for now, there's one on eBay now for like, no joke, $8,000. So, older issues of Usagi, check them out on eBay if you're into the collectible aspect. If you're not, check out the recent book and read it. It's a brand new series that came out after being at Dark Horse for like 20 years. They went over to IDW, started with a new number 1. A lot of cool variants as well. And the stories are cool. I really like the art and the stories of these. I kind of miss the black and white art of it all, but time moves on, and I guess color is what people want. And I like that they also put it into short little stories. This is actually the longest one. Issues 1, 2, and 3 were a plot, Bunrak, I believe. And then there were a couple of one-shots, and then there were a couple of 2 issues. This one is The Return, part 2 of 4. So go back to 11 to read The Return, 1 of 4, and this is Usagi returning to his old village, and conflict as usual for the Rabbit Ronin. And lastly, I have here from IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica, number 1. So, the newest turtle is Jenica. She debuted a few years ago, so this is like not her first appearance or whatever. But it's the female turtle that is being very popular at the moment after issue number 100 of Turtles recently came out with its tragedies, no spoilers. And Jenica has her own series. It's a couple of issues out. I did see number 1 on the shelf, so I picked it up. I like that it's kind of like this stark pink color with a very animated Jenica herself and a bunch of swords and a lot of dead warriors, presumably. So I picked this one up. TMNT Jenica number 1. Randomly, if you're into Magic, I also picked up a couple of boosters of Magic the Gathering Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. So fun fact here, I used to play Magic in the 90s, from 95 to 99. No, I don't have any Black Lotus or anything like that. But I used to play back in the 90s. It was very enjoyable. I gave it up for a long time. Not until 2017 did I get back into Magic. So Hour of Devastation had come out in 2017 when I started to get back into Magic. And the new set that came out when I was like back into Magic was Ixalan, which was an amazing pirate, vampire, dinosaur, Mesoamerican analog motif type of set. And so this is the set that I get nostalgia for after I get back into Magic, which was 2017, and that was only 3 years ago. You know how nostalgia is. So anyway, they had one booster of this set, and then they had still a whole box of one of these. So I'll do a crack-a-pack on these at some point and see what I pull from this vintage set when I got back into Magic. And lastly, I have the 50th anniversary Overstreet comic book price guide. So 50 years of the price guide that would tell you how much all of your comics are worth. To be honest, this is not important anymore. You can look this all up online. You can get the latest prices on eBay, although eBay is a scourge in that it can cause the prices to really be elastic. But this was, for several years, the definitive guide about how much is my copy of Amazing Spider-Man worth anyway. And then you look it up here, you get the various prices in the various grades. So I got this for the articles. The book has a variety of articles. Oh yeah, first appearance of Superman could easily be $1.5 million. But anyway, I got it for the articles. There's a lot of great articles in these books all the time about like the history of comics, collecting comics, just the industry of comics, along with 1,000,001 ads. But I wanted to pick it up because it was the 50th anniversary. I love the articles. Where's the articles? It's got way more ads than I remember. Here we go. Okay, so this one's the Hall of Fame, talking all about Turtles, Kevin Eastman, Louis Simonson. So yeah, I like these articles that Dick Sprang. They talk about a variety of in memoriam articles in the world of comics and like the history of comics. Yeah, there's way more ads than I remember. I haven't even flipped through this yet. And mini comics in here. There's also some variants on this. I got the Spawn / Spider-Man cover drawn by McFarlane, the first time he's drawn Spider-Man officially in decades. And just a lot of great history of comics, in addition to then the price guide of all of these. We've got industry veterans talking about the state of comics and so forth. So that's why I got this, to read about like the hardcore comic history and collecting aspect of it all. And what's this? The top 50 Silver Age comics. So Amazing Fantasy 15, of course. $425,000. Back in 2019, it was 405, a 5% increase, and so forth. Just randomly, what else here? Showcase number 9. Yeah, X-Men number 94, DC 100. So it's a really cool inside the industry publication, and the price guide of it all, like, okay, I guess, whatever. It also kind of lists the big little books and promotional comics and all these hard to find comics. So I wanted to pick this up, the Victorian Age comics. These are comic books from like the 18 whatevers. Let's get a zoom in right here on something perhaps. Bachelor's own book being The Progress of Lambkin, blah, 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 1844, first printing hand-colored, first printing black and white, $1,000. So comic books from the 1800s, the Victorian Age. I believe they also define it as the Platinum Age. And then then I've got the classic Golden Age. There's the Platinum Age. The Newlyweds and Their Babies comic pictures for paintings and canyoning. This is from 1916, 44 pages, black and white, $575. So I love comics. I love the history of comics. I love reading comics. I love collecting comics. It's all amazing. And so this book is like very niche, but it's just a really cool history lesson on the world of comics. Let's look up right here, as I was mentioning, Usagi Yojimbo's very first appearance, which was in Albedo number 2. ABC, how does the alphabet work? Where do we have it here? A lot of Spider-Man, amazing, all time, here we go, getting close, all new, all comics. I should probably cut this out when I do my video. Akiko, Alien, it's gonna be, here we go, Albedo. So if you look at here, we have Albedo Thoughts and Images starting in 1983. There's various issues of number 0. I've got a few of them. I've got number 0 second print, number 0 third and fourth print. Oh yeah, good prices there. Then I've got number 1 first printing, I have that. Number 1 second printing, I have that as well. Yeah, these prices are so low. Check on eBay right now, and these are, you wish you get these prices. And then, of course, Albedo number 2 from November 84, first print, Usagi Yojimbo by Stan Sakai. Only 2,000 ever printed, no second printing. That's the one you want. And yeah, $3,200 for near mint. And even this is out of date, because if you go look on eBay right now, you're going to get them for like $8,000, $9,000 and such. And I got my copy of it 1.5 years ago or whatever, and I'm happy with what I paid with it now, but back then I wasn't, but now I am. So yep, that's the Overstreet price guide, the one that gives you a great history. This is a huge book, and a lot of great articles and so forth, way too many ads, and then also the history of comics in the palm of your hand. So that's my comic haul this month. It was a little light, and I just realized I have like no Marvel books in here for whatever reason. I'm kind of getting paranoid and think that maybe my shop didn't get every order in. Are they still having disruptions in the supply chain or something? Because I didn't see any of my Spider-Man books in here, and I don't know about that. But anyway, these are the books that I got this month, a variety of books. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. What are you looking for? What are you reading? What are you speculating? What are you collecting on? What are some cool variants that you picked up? What am I missing? Tell me all about it in the comments. Don't forget to come hang out at 1 p.m. Pacific time on my YouTube, where I talk about the new comics coming out so that you know what to get. That's my new comic books live show every 1 p.m. on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you get alerted to when that goes live. Don't forget to also participate in the giveaway. Again, somewhere in the video I revealed how to participate in the giveaway. Do so before the next comic book haul at the end of the month, next month. To enter, good luck on that. Don't forget to check out the weekly Wednesday regular edition of the podcast, where I review one comic book in a variety of factors and tell you if you should get it or shred it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, ring the bell, fight the Minotaur, do all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you in Gotham City.